What is up, guys? You're back with your boy THoG Rican, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about how Infinite Warfare came to be, and we're also going to be talking about the supply drop system and how it's actually our fault. Just a quick bit of a disclosure, just letting everybody know this is just all my personal opinion. I don't want you guys to think that this is something that I found out online or anything like that. This is my personal opinion, so please don't hate me for it, or do, doesn't matter. Anyway, so what you're actually looking at is a little bit of Ghost gameplay. So the reason why I actually did this is because I want to go back to 2013 and talk a little bit about how the supply drop system and even how Infinite Warfare started this far back. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is going to be the supply drop system. So, looking at the screen here, you can actually see inside Call of Duty Ghosts the typical microtransaction system they had with the season pass, the map packs, personalization packs, and they actually expanded on it a little bit more than they had in Black Ops 2, because in Black Ops 2, all you could get was just skins and stuff like that. Well, in this game, you can actually get stuff for your whole squad, you can start changing your uniforms, you can buy extra slots, you can also change the announcer voices, and at one point, you were actually able to change the dog to a wolf. Now, this is actually where supply drops were born, and a lot of people just don't understand that. People don't understand that the fact that we just got a taste of a new microtransaction system that Activision had introduced to us, and we kept begging for more. We kept telling them we want more customization, we want more uniforms, we want more weapons, we want more gear, we want more, we want more, we want more, because that's what we do as a community. Whenever we want more, we start complaining and we tell the developers that we want more. And what do? They go ahead and give us what they want. This is the point where Activision was actually listening to us, and they kept dropping more content. Well, they had to figure out a way to get more content into the game without breaking the game. Now, we're actually going to stop that point of the conversation right there, because it's going to take us into a different area. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to backtrack a little bit, and we're also going to be talking about the birth of Infinite Warfare, which actually started at this point back in 2013. So, in 2013, everybody knows, in Infinity Ward, they actually had an issue where two of their high members of the production team actually got fired. They went off, they started off Respawn Gaming, and Respawn, created Titanfall and stuff like that. Whatever, that's a long story. We're not going to get into that in this episode. But anyway, what Activision did was they took Sledgehammer off of the game that they were working on, which I believe was actually Call of Duty Vietnam, which they were going to be taking Call of Duty in a whole different direction. They pulled Sledgehammer off of the game to come and help Infinity Ward with finishing Ghost, because Ghost was still about 5 to 6 months away from being dropped, and it wasn't even completed yet. Sledgehammer came, they helped Infinity Ward, they dropped Ghost, and that was it. So, Ghost came out, it was very slow paced, a lot of people didn't like that, and of course, the community being what they are, they complained about everything. They complained that the game wasn't fast enough, they need better movement, and all of that stuff. Now, mind you, because Sledgehammer actually went back and helped Infinity Ward, they initially had to scrap the project that they were currently working on. So they wanted to go ahead and come up with a new project. Now, listening to the community feedback, they decided to go ahead and go with a realistic, futuristic take on Call of Duty, and decided to go ahead and introduce the EXO movement system. Now, this again comes back to the community feedback. We were all begging for new movement systems. We got tired of the same movements and we wanted more. So Sledgehammer listened, they introduced EXO movement. Which actually brings us to the next game, which is Advanced Warfare. Now, what you have to remember is, because Sledgehammer actually went back, scrapped their original project and started helping Infinity Ward, they had to start from scratch and create something new. So, within 6 months, they busted out Advanced Warfare. Now, of course, all these developers, they're actually going to get their hands on the game before the community even hears about it. So, 6 months after Ghost was dropped, Advanced Warfare was finished. Infinity Ward and, of course, Treyarch, they did see this game, and they responded to it like a damn groupie going over to a freaking concert. Well, of course, seeing the game actually gave them an idea, and they figured that they can go ahead and take a futuristic take on it the same way that Sledgehammer did. So, that's actually when Treyarch decided to go ahead and start working on Black Ops 3, and of course, because Ghost just got so much negative feedback, Infinity Ward decided to go ahead and scrap Ghost 2 and decided to go with Infinite Warfare. So, Of course, now we already have the birth of Infinite Warfare. You guys already see where it came from, how it began, and everything. Now, the next thing we're going to be talking about is the supply drop system. Now, with looking at the screen here, you can actually see that the store is actually just as extensive as it was in Ghost, with one addition. Of course, you have the advanced supply drops. Now, I'm going to be explaining that here in a second. But of course, you can see there is the custom exo packs, personalization packs, the premium personalizations, DLC packs, season pass. But they actually added something new into this game, which was the supply drop system. The supply drop system was something that you can actually get just by playing the game. You get a random, customization item and a random weapon variant. Now, of course, the way it worked in the game was that you actually randomly got these supply drops just by playing, which is where our problem actually comes in, because us being the community that we are, we're gonna complain. We're gonna find something to complain about. We're gonna find something to bitch about in this game. Now, the thing that we decided to bitch about in this game and complain about in this game and actually just start writing Activision and writing everyone about it was the supply drop system. The fact that there was really no consistency in how we got them, or more so the fact that there was an algorithm to these supply drops and nobody can get it figured out. So people started complaining that we weren't getting enough supply drops. We don't know how to get them. We want more, we want more, we want more. And of course, here comes Activision listening to the community yet again. They allow us to go ahead and start purchasing supply drops. So in comes the advanced supply drop. You can go ahead and buy the, the 5, 10, 20, whatever. You can go ahead and start buying your supply drops now. And I mean, what a decision. This made Activision so much money, it is ridiculous. The millions of dollars alone that Activision has made just off of the supply drop from Advanced Warfare alone, I mean, could literally go and fund a small country. It's insane. Now, the reason why so much money was actually made during Advanced Warfare and these supply drops was because of the fact that Advanced Warfare had weapon variants. And weapon variants was actually a game changer, because a lot of these variants, all of these variants, you can only get them from a supply drop. So it was a random thing. And these weapons, some of them were game changers. If somebody had the Obsidian Seed or the Inferno, they were shredding. If somebody had the, ASM-1 Speakeasy, they were just melting people. If they had the Insanity, if you had one of these weapon variants, you were dominating the game. So people actually went out and started buying all these supply drops so that they can go ahead and get their chance at getting one of these game-changing weapons. Now, this is where the problem with supply drops comes in. Because of the fact that they, of course, Sledgehammer went in and they introduced weapon variants, and then the only way you can get them was through supply drops. This is where the pay-to-win system began. You actually had to pay for your supply drops in order to go ahead and have your chance at getting. This is like the whole lottery thing that White Boy 7th Street and everybody else is talking about. Now, again, us as a community, we banded together and we started complaining about this because of the fact that we actually had to go and we had to buy all of these supply drops in order to go ahead and, start getting one of those weapon variants. So what they did was they tried to make it a little bit better by introducing the Grandmaster Prestige system, which was another 10 prestiges with gold emblems. I mean, there was really no difference behind it. But after a while of introducing the Grandmaster Prestige system, they made it so that each time you prestige in the Grandmaster ranks, you actually were guaranteed a weapon variant. And this happened because we kept complaining. We weren't getting enough weapon variants in the supply drops. We weren't getting this, we weren't getting that. And again, every time we complained about something, Activision went ahead and they decided to go ahead and listen to the community. Now, I can already see it coming. A lot of people are going to go ahead and hit me up in the comment section saying I'm defending Activision, I'm on the Activision D. No, I am not defending them. I am just letting everybody know that all of the issues that we're seeing right now with the fact that we feel like they're not listening to us actually started because of us as a community. Constantly complaining, constantly changing our mind, constantly going through saying there's a problem with this, there's a problem with this, there's a problem with this. That's where the issue lies. It's not that I'm saying Activision is not the problem. They are a main part of the problem. But you guys have to think, us as a community, with all of our constant complaining, is the reason why we are seeing everything that we're seeing going on now. So now getting back into the topic at hand, we had to find something else to go ahead and start complaining about. Because of the fact that Activision and Sledgehammer gave us the weapon variants that we were looking for, or a way to actually get them, we needed something else to complain about. So what do? We start complaining about the movement system. We complain about how there's too much boosting. You can move around too much. The game was too fast paced. You couldn't control the guy. I mean, there was just so much stuff that we were complaining about. Now, mind you, Treyarch is currently in production of their game, their futuristic game. And of course, their game was actually still in its infancy while they were developing it, so they were able to tweak a lot of things. Now, they tweaked their game based off the feedback that we were giving. We were complaining about the movement, we were complaining about the boosting. So Treyarch decided to go ahead, and instead of doing boosting, they decided to do thrusting. They wanted to go ahead and limit it, so they put in the meters. So, I mean, guys, think about it. They have been listening to us the whole time behind the scenes, whether they're telling you they're listening to us or not. So anyway, you know, Treyarch went ahead, they started doing that, and the whole time, while this is going on, Treyarch's working on Black Ops 3. Advanced Warfare is like, you know, already 6-7 months in. Infinite Warfare is currently being worked on. So, you know, this whole futuristic deal, you know, nobody was really even thinking about that. Nobody liked Advanced Warfare after a while. They started complaining about it. Then Black Ops 3 came out. Everybody fell in love with it. Okay, so now here comes Black Ops 3. It's 2015. It's already 2 years after the release of Ghost. Infinite Warfare has already been in production for 2 years. Advanced Warfare is already done and over with, and now they, you know, Sledgehammer is actually working on their game. Treyarch just released this game, Black Ops 3, and of course, their supply drops. But here's the kicker. David Vandehar, the main developer of Call of Duty Black Ops 3, initially promised us that the only things that we were going to be getting in supply drops was only going to be character customizations, we were only going to be getting weapon skins and stuff like that, basically going back to the way it used to be. There wasn't going to be anything that would change the meta, or, you know, actually, you know, any game-changing weapons. There were going to be no weapons in any of these supply drops. Well, of course, we see that that completely went out the window. Activision decided to go ahead and release the RSA sniper rifle and the Marshall 16, and then now you got the HG40, you have the FFAR. So with response to this, things that we have to really think about is the fact that when we started begging for more stuff in Advanced Warfare, we started a fire that just could not be stopped. I mean, we introduced something, well, not we introduced it, I mean, it was introduced into the game, but it was introduced based on our feedback, you know. So we just kept complaining about stuff. Activision answered it, and they saw how successful it was. They saw how much money they were making off of it. So of course they're going to go ahead and take as big of an advantage of it as they possibly can. And the bad part is, regardless of what anybody does, I mean, White Boy 7th Street doing that whole black market blackout thing, it didn't matter. People were still buying supply drops. People are still buying COD points. They're still making millions upon millions of dollars off these supply drops. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you guys really have to think about, we are the reason behind all of our hatred towards supply drops. We complained because we weren't getting enough, so they gave us a chance to buy them, and we bought the living hell out of them in Advanced Warfare. And of course, Activision, being a money-hungry business, they saw how popular it was in Advanced Warfare. They saw how much money, how much potential that this system had for making money. So of course, they're going to put it in Black Ops 3. Now, here's the question of the day. Is it going to be in Infinite Warfare? To tell you the truth, I actually see it coming. Like I said, regardless of what the community says about that, it is a money machine. Supply drops are actually making this company more money than anything else, even the game itself. So of course, they're going to definitely bring that back into Infinite Warfare. Now, the other big question is, why did Infinity Ward continue on with Infinite Warfare if there's so much hate for the futuristic take on Call of Duty? Well, of course, like I said, with the release of Black Ops 3, Infinite Warfare was already 2 years into production. So Infinity Ward had dedicated so much time, so much effort into making this game that regardless of the hate, they could not just back out of this game. They could not just say, okay, let's scrap and let's start a new game. The best thing that they can do was actually give us what we want. We wanted a boots to ground Call of Duty game. So what did they do? They got our feedback on which COD was our favorite one. And apparently COD 4 was the one that took the trophy. COD 4 was the one that everyone said was their favorite Call of Duty of all time. A lot of people started their Call of Duty careers playing Call of Duty for Modern Warfare. So what Infinity Ward decided to do was they decided to go ahead and continue on with Infinite Warfare, which was their futuristic game, and also remaster Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare for those individuals that wanted that boots on the ground experience, that they didn't want the boosting around or the thrusting or anything like that. Now again, because Black Ops 3, because Treyarch decided to listen to the community and they slowed it down from Advanced Warfare by introducing thrusters, Infinity Ward saw how successful that decision was. So of course, they've already let us know that thrusting is coming back in Infinite Warfare, and it's going to be measurable the same way it is in Black Ops 3. They already told us if you're comfortable with the movement system in Black Ops 3, you will like the movement system in Infinite Warfare. Now, the other issue is a lot of people are automatically thinking that because the supply drop system has been coming out in almost every Call of Duty game, people are actually anticipating that they're going to be putting it in Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remaster. I don't see that happening at all. I mean, seriously, this is just a remastered version. I don't see them adding new skins or new clothes or new customization. I don't see them adding any of that stuff into a remastered game. That would break the game, going against everything that Infinity Ward has promised us. They told us that they are not going to change anything with regards to Call of Duty Modern Warfare. They're only going to just remaster it, make it better, turn it into 1080p, all of that good stuff, use all the good graphics that we have now. That's all they're going to be doing. But like I said before, David Vandehar promised us one thing, Activision did another. So with the supply drops coming to the Modern Warfare Remaster, it is a very, very strong possibility. Alright, so now we're getting into Infinite Warfare, and I know you guys are probably thinking that the video's frozen. No, it is not. Apparently, if your name's not T. Martin, Drifter, or Allier, you can't upload anything that has to do with the gameplay trailer while it's moving, or else you'll get a copyright strike. So try to tell me again, guys, how you're not being paid by Activision? Anyway, so what I'm showing you guys is actually freeze frames of the gameplay trailer, so I don't get a copyright strike. So I'm probably going to end up getting one anyway. But anyway, so everybody wants to know what's going to happen after Infinite Warfare. Is Call of Duty going to be going back to boots on the ground? Probably not. If you guys remember, a couple of months back, everybody was getting hacked. And apparently one of the guys that work at Sledgehammer, their account got hacked, and inside of the DMs on their Twitter, it actually showed a conversation where they released or revealed that the next Call of Duty after Infinite Warfare was going to be Advanced Warfare 2. I mean, dude, guys, seriously, you guys really got to think about this. They're still coming out with futuristic games in 2017. So anyway, I mean, you really got to think about it though. Battlefield 1 decided to go back to World War 1. And with the sheer love that the gameplay trailer itself got for Battlefield 1 is pure insanity. The fact that Call of Duty Infinite Warfare gameplay reveal trailer still is up to almost near 3 million dislikes. You really have to think to yourself, Sledgehammer already hammered out one game in 6 months. Can they do it again? Anyway, that's all I have to say about supply drops and Infinite Warfare and how it was born and how it came to be. Just remember, guys, be careful what you ask for. We are the reason all of this bad stuff is happening to us right now. Anyway, you guys were chilling with your boy THoG Reek, and let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Please spam that like button, and I hope you enjoyed this video. THoG Empire out.